Well, good evening, West Ham fans. Bit of a late one today. Apologies, I've been in Camden Town, having a lovely time over there. But there's some news about some of our players. Yes, everybody, us on the West Ham Network, hope you're safe and well. Happy Friday. The Premier League is about to kick off any second now, the Man United game. But there's been a couple of developments in the last 24 hours about a couple of our players. One wasn't our player, but we're still going to get some money off him, hopefully, or for him. But one of them is, and it is the cult hero, that is Andy Irving. There he is. God bless him. Hope he's well. He'll probably be featured in the matchday squad, I'd imagine, tomorrow. We'll be doing our predicted 11s and all that jazz as well. Now, according to reports, I always say that, according to reports, including the Edinburgh Evening News, there are a number of clubs who are clambering to sign Mr. Irving. Atalanta, who are obviously Europa League champions. They lost in the Super Cup to Real Madrid, didn't they, early in the week? They apparently have made an approach to West Ham over a deal to sign Andy before the transfer deadline. The report in the Edinburgh Evening News today said that the Scottish midfielder is wanted by them and Espanyol from the Liga. And they've all contacted the club along with, obviously, the Europa League winners, Atalanta. West Ham are undecided whether to let Irving leave on a loan, with also apparently Bundesliga sides and other teams in England also interested in Andy, including those who can guarantee him Champions League football. Ooh. Who could that be? Obviously, he's yet to make a full appearance for West Ham. Obviously, he's been playing pre-season, but apparently he has impressed Julien in pre-season. The manager reportedly expects him to include him in the matchday squad to face Aston Villa tomorrow. Now, what's interesting, obviously, Andy's an interesting character. The club have never actually officially announced his arrival, signing him. Obviously, we signed him last summer, then sent him off back to Austria. Was it the summer or the winter? I can't remember. I think it was the summer. And then sent him back to Austria, Klagenfurt, who we bought him for. And he had a very good season there, scored a lot of goals. I think he scored a hat-trick or scored in the last couple of games of the season. Now, obviously, we are looking at Carlos Soler, who obviously would be a midfielder who could potentially fill the gap left by Andy, potentially. Andy's not homegrown, obviously. He's not he hasn't played in England. He's played in Scotland, obviously, when he was at Hearts, but not in England for 3 years before the age of 21. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We need to offload players for the deadline. That's to balance the books after we're spending quite heavily. But if it's only a loan and seemingly, not a permanent signing, not on the table, it's unlikely that it would make a massive dent, taking him off the wage bill, in all honesty. And actually, is someone you probably would like to keep. 9 goals and 4 assists in the Austrian Bundesliga last year with strong numbers, particularly when you look at the doubts of maybe Thomas Souček and James Ward-Prowse to play within the Julien Lopetegui. Well, maybe Andy can play in that way, and obviously he's played a lot of pre-season. So we shall wait and see. But he is a wanted man. And why not? He was given the number 21 shirt, as we know, and then openly handed it to Aaron Wan-Bissaka when we signed him, and now he occupies the number 39 shirt. So if you got Irving 29 on your back, got to get that 2 changed for free. And a blast in the past has come out of nowhere, which could aid us in a bit of money, potentially, and that is Divine on Balm. Obviously, last season, we thought it would be his breakthrough season. That was him pictured in the Australia tour, where I think he played quite a few games. We thought, this is it. This is him. He's going to move on. This is it. But never really materialised, and we can pick through the weeds in terms of why we think that happened. But what was interesting is, obviously, we let him go. The club could not come to an agreement with his agents and in terms of a new contract, and so left for free. Or didn't leave for free. He sort of left the club. Now, according to Several reports, including Fabrizio Romano, Man City have finalised an agreement to sign Devine following his exit from West Ham. Obviously, because he's under the age of 21, isn't it? We are entitled to compensation via tribunal, which apparently believed to be about £1.2 million for Devine. That's what's been quoted. The England 20 international was described by many as a frustrated figure last season. 12 first-team appearances for the club last campaign. A lot off the bench. And obviously decided that he wanted to try his luck elsewhere in terms of getting first-team football. So he's gone to Man City, where Erling Haaland, although they have sold Julian Alvarez, haven't they? Or they're about to, if they haven't already. So good luck to the lads. He's expected, according to Fabrizio Romano, to remain training mostly with the under-21 squad, but could feature and train with Pep's first team. We shall wait and see. Potentially, it could be for the homegrown quota, maybe. Just thinking out loud, really. I mean, Man City themselves, their youth team, they're looking at moving a few players. Kane Taylor, I think it is. He's expected to finalise a move back to Aston Villa for around £750,000, I think. So maybe although he was a midfielder, really, but possibly the most bizarre one since Julien Faubert signed for Real Madrid. Potentially, he might prove us all wrong. But good luck to him. And obviously, we've got 1.2 million in the coffers now because of it. And that's it, my friends. Irish Tommy will be back at 10 o'clock p.m. UK time tonight. The Late Late Show starts again. The season is kicking off, and Irish Tommy is in the house with the Late Late Show. That'll be on tonight, 10 o'clock. Set your calendars. And hopefully you enjoyed our little videos. We've put 2 out now of ex-players and people like Billy Horshaw and people like Kaz giving you their season predictions. And what's really nice, some of the comments, a lot of the ex-players are matching our ambitions. We're excited about the starting of the season, and so are they as well. And so, some fascinating insight there in terms of how they're feeling. But that's it. Take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and don't forget Irish Tommies at 10 o'clock tonight. Much love.